Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon, my friends. I am Anissa Elvina, the third speaker from the group G, and we will discuss about the problem solving of carbohydrates and protein. So, for the first, our TLO is students are able to analyzing the classification of carbohydrates by discovery learning appropriately. Our problem is the first, hydrolysis of the following carbohydrates that can produce more than one type of monosaccharide is. So for the first, we must analysis from this option. The glucose is included in monosaccharide. The fructose, same with glucose. And lactose and maltose, it include in the disaccharide, and starch is polysaccharide. After that, after we know the type of the carbohydrate, we must know when we will hydrolysis this carbohydrate. In the monosaccharide, when we will hydrolysis, it cannot hydrolyze again. So option A and D is not the answer. After that, lactose and maltose, it's included in the disaccharide, and disaccharide, when we will hydrolysis this carbohydrate, it will hydrolysis the result will produce two type of monosaccharide. So our question is, when we will hydrolysis the carbohydrate that can produce more than one type of monosaccharide. So the answer may be in disaccharide and polysaccharide. So after that, when we will think again, more than one type, so it much right. So I think this answer is starch. Starch is the polysaccharide, and after that, the carbohydrate are classified based on the result of its hydrolysis. So when in the classification of the carbohydrate, two for the first amount of the atom C, and then the based on the result of its hydrolysis. So the next, problem solving of protein. Our TLO is students are able to analyzing protein structure by discovery learning appropriately. The protein structure. So you can see in here. For the first, we must know what is the type of the structure of protein, and what is the type of bond that contained in this structure. So you can see in here the picture. In this picture, can you determine the bond contained in the number 1, 2, 3, 4 in this picture? So this picture is the one of the structure of protein. So after that, when you determine the type of the bond contained in the structure, you can conclude what is the type of structure of the protein. So you can see the bond in the number 1, it is salt bridge, and then the number 2 is hydrophobic interaction, and the number 3, S and S bond together, it is the disulfide bond, and the number 4 is H and O can link bonding together, it is the hydrogen bond. So after that, when we know this bond that contain in the structure, we can know what is the structure of the protein. So we can conclude this is the third theory, structure of the protein. So this picture is structure tertiary. Okay, next, problem solving of protein again. So our TLO is students are able to analyzing protein nomenclature by discovery learning appropriately. In this nomenclature, last week we forgot to define this nomenclature, because nomenclature, it can be UPAC or general. So for the example of the problem is in here. Analyze this structure of the amino acid depend on the UPAC and general name. So for the first, we must know the amino acid is the monomer to if they bonding together, it will be produce protein that have the peptide bond. So in this amino acid, it contains carboxylate acid and then amina, and after that side chains. So in this side chains, it can be variation, maybe glycine, valine, and other. So in this picture, we know this side chains is proline. So the general name is proline. After that, in this UPAC, the name is acid or asam. 2. Pyrrolidine is like that. And then 2 carboxylate. So I think this is the example for determine the name of the amino acid. And for the protein it's same with amino acid, but in the protein it contains 2 or more the structure of amino acid, and will linking together and make peptide bond. So for the example, the structure is glycine or alanine. So glycine and alanine will bonding together and make N and H bonding together. So it's will have the peptide bonding. So I think that's all for me, guys, and I'm sorry if I have mistake. I think that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.